We are really excited to dance with everyone tonight. So if we don't see you guys out on the dance floor, the door is over there.
And now that I'm finally married, you heard my wife.
To do now, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Jukebox in the corner, taking me for a ride. Into the motion, we're exploding out of trouble inside. You wanna roll with me? We're gonna feel the beat. Show 'em how to do that thing. You know what to do now. Tonight the stars are out, so let's paint the town. I'm running when I hit the ground. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Into the city, I feel lighter than smoke. Above the traffic, everybody better look out below. I got somewhere to be.
Ben, are you nervous?
It's all I can do now.
Hey, you look incredible. Your dress is phenomenal.
Marriage tells a story, right? And it's strange enough, it's a repeating story. So the grandparents that you walk down, at one point, they were here. And the mothers came, and they came together, and in their own ways, they tended, and well, they were with you, and Ben, Ramona was with you, and well, they had these stories, and they cried when you made them stay up all night. They laughed and were delighted when you did well, and they suffered and they sacrificed on your behalf. And what they did at the very beginning of the service, right? This situation, even the walls around us, they tell a story of how they went up and, well, they started a fire. And symbolically, I suppose, of the mother, it's that, well, they gave birth and tended and nurtured both of you, cared, and love is going to be the story. And a mother's love, such a joy and such a delight. And then the fathers, right? Michael, to teach you to be a man. What a wonder to have a father, and what a wonder to have your father just sitting right over here on this day as we celebrate. And Gary was talking, there's a lot of estrogen in his house last night. And that's probably very true. But it pulls on your heartstrings, right? To see a father walk a daughter to become a bride, and to solidify this journey that you guys have begun and started together with fantastic songs like Won't You Be My Prom Date, which is pretty good. Or other stories, such as the engagement. Actually, you put, and in a little bit we'll get the ring, and you put it here. Ben picked out the ring on November 2019, but due to COVID, it was stuck in New York until June 2020. Despite Karlee pestering Ben at all times throughout quarantine to get engaged, but then there was the engagement. And my favorite quote when we were talking together is at the engagement you had put a stick down, and there was a baseball, and there was a ring, and there was all this stuff given, and it was all this thought that went into the engagement, and then your quote was, Ben is thoughtful. And he is thoughtful. And your story, the things I remember so neat, it's that, well, the halls weren't filled with all these people, but they were filled with other people. And if I say, by grace, you have, like, there'd be other people who could sing along with you in that story, and it happened just here in the church as we came together to worship and as we came together to sing. And, well, God in His grace, indeed, with these people is what we celebrate. And for you, all of those folks, well, they came, and well, this line isn't just people that you know from Humboldt, but it's people that have shared special stories in college, and well, it's roommates and it's friends, and it's people who are gathered, and now they're here to stand up and they're here to show their love for you, and they love and they come, and all of these people have loved and they have come, and they've been here to witness and to share this day with you. And for you, it's brother and baseball buddies and friends and actually very astute people with the line, and probably the most talented line formers we've ever had here at a wedding. Insightful. What do? You follow the bride with your head and with fantastic. And all these stories coming together here in the church. But Brittany read love. And in 1 Corinthians, it's very fitting that we are gathered here in a place where God's love is made known. And Greek has it's 4 different words for love, but the one that is actually used in Corinthians and probably best used in marriage is self-sacrificial love. It's love, maybe not like today. This is probably romantic love. This is probably a love that is joyful, a love that is good. It is a love that, like, it's kind of infection. I heard people yelling in the back. They were happy, and it's a joyful occasion. But there's other types of love when you really love something that you might sacrifice. And when you really love something, you might dedicate yourself to. And it's that love that God has for you. And it's that love that God has for all of us. And this day, it's that love that you guys have for each other. And somehow there's a strange metaphor where Christ and the church is somehow mirrored in husband and wife. And there's probably a lot more mysteries in godly fashion going on this day than maybe we might even realize today, really and truly. And maybe even for all eternity, the two become most certainly one. It's a joy. I now have the very high pleasure of introducing to you Mr. and Mrs. Jacobs.
Ready now, baby, here I come. I'm beating fast like a jungle drum. Once you go, you just can't stop. I go all the way straight to the top. Ready or not, here I go. Oh, 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 oh. Feel my power. Oh, 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 I'll take you higher. Feel the power. Yeah.
We've got a couple of exceptional kids here that we've come together for, and they're bringing 2 families together. So for the Jacobson family, thank you so much. For Ben, thanks a lot for coming into Karlee's life. We couldn't have picked a better guy for Karlee. It's been, since when we first met you, you've been very driven and about everything that you've done, and that's something I really love about you, and I know that you're going to carry that into your dentistry as well.
He had just finished kindergarten, and we were 2 weeks into summer. And my sister Megan noticed that there was something wrong with his teeth. So she asked him, "When was the last time you brushed your teeth?" He shrugged and said, "The last day of school." So luckily he's improved his dental hygiene since then.
Karlee, we're really proud of you also. It's really been a joy for your mom and I to watch you grow up and become the person that you are today. You've been a great role model for your sisters when it comes to leadership, when it comes to caring about academics, when it comes to making the right choices and just being a good person. We didn't teach you that. That's just something you did. And thank you for that, because that's been awesome.
Some of our favorite things about Karlee are things you may not know. Like Karlee is one of the most intentional people that I know. She truly tries to make you feel special in whatever capacity she can, and I can remember countless times she has done this. Whether it was writing letters for our whole family before going to college, saying how much she loved us, was going to miss us, and our hopes for us while she was gone, or creating a scavenger hunt for my 16th birthday to make it special for me, or sending me insomnia cookies every finals week at college to get me through. Karlee always loves to celebrate the big things as well as the small things.
She is also a great listener and so good at including us in things, or including herself in our plans, like inviting herself to hang out with me and my friends every time she comes home.
The great thing about Ben is that when you talk to him, you can always tell about how much he cares about everyone. But most importantly, you can always tell how much he cares about Karlee.
The number one reason that I think that they should be together today is we can all see how much they really love each other. So raise your glasses for Ben and Karlee.
Ben, passing the torch to you, bud. Take care of Karlee and love her always. Karlee, love Ben and take care of him always. All right, I'm drinking now.